See if we can get a bite. You know, I got down to the lake and I thought it was going to be just an absolutely perfect spring day because there wasn't a lot of boats in the parking lot and the water temperature was right, the weather was perfect, and the watercolor of the lake, it was just unbelievable. And I knew Buddy Boy Scott, he was in for a good day. Water just a little bit stained. This ought to be good. If I could cast, and I hadn't been to the lake in a couple weeks because I've been traveling around, and you know, the watercolor looked good. I've been getting some good reports. I was really excited about getting on the water. Pulled that water yesterday pretty hard. See all that wet rock up there? Scott Hamrick thinks he's a pro, but after today, he's going to be set in his place.
Yeah, it's like water's like mid-50s, middle of March. They should be back in little places like this, getting ready to trying to bed and stuff. So hopefully we catch one back here.
Well, we roll up down there at Wiley, and I knew the rush. You know, I know how he does. He's got his little Indian scouts out there, and they tell him what to do. So he picks the lake. So.
Well, that's probably be him right here if we're gonna get him. Boat lined up here.
I know if I get 4 to 5 bites, he's done, cause he's gonna fish for little small fish. I know him.
That ought to be him right there. Nope.
With everything I'd been hearing, I just knew this was gonna be an easy day. I'm like, I'm gonna stick some big old fish down here and I'm gonna bring them in. I'm gonna hurt my buddy Scott's feelings, but it was a little bit worrisome there starting out. Sometimes you have to do strange things fishing. First thing is get untangled. You know, this challenge with my buddy Scott Hamrick, it's been coming for a long time. We compete all over the country in tournaments, and he beats me sometimes, and most time I beat him. But he'll say different. 54 degrees, homie. That's good. It's getting better as the day goes on. I talked to some boys that fished down here yesterday. They said they caught 2 4-pounders on their last cast. So you get better as the morning progresses. You can't get excited bass fishing. I'm not after a mini, I'm after the big ones. I'll beat him just like I did yesterday.
So we get to the lake, and I know he's had all his little scouts scouting him out stuff, but what he don't realize is there's 2 gigantic tournaments the day before, and the lake's been beat to death. I knew it wasn't gonna be near as easy as he thought, and I know him. When he gets out there and it don't work out in the first hour or 2, he just loses it.
Oh! Bit my tail off. My first bite. He's not really a challenge, but I told him I would challenge him. Right now he might be beating me. I don't have anything, but I like to give him a little head start.
Well, there's number 1. Much to him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alabama rig fish. Hammer it. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty fish for the old Alabama rig. They are starting to come alive. I feel victory coming this way. I started my day off with a big bass, and I knew Scott was going to just fish for big fish, so this was a plus for me. I'm like, I'm going to have a big one in my bag.
There he is.
I get a bite. I get a bite even before he's got the camera hooked up, and it comes off. But I didn't figure it was no big one. It was a little one. A few minutes later, I catch one about 13.5 inches, maybe 13.75 inches. I just throw him back. But I should have thought, because if anybody knows the Russ, he's got something in his tackle box. He's got something he's gonna pull, and of course what he pulls is he's catching 12-inch fish. So then we keep 12-inch fish. But I'm not fishing for 12-inch fish. I'm fishing for 5 bites to beat him.
I knew he was going to fish for big fish, but I was going for a limit first. You know, and I didn't tell him we could keep 12-inch fish, and I kept a few 12-inch fish. He's just a little fella, but hey, North Carolina, you can keep them any size 2 fish, so I never told Hamrick that we had a size limit on this agreement. I'm gonna put him on this side. That'll be my color. Might have to buy some fish. Hamrick's in trouble. How about that? How about that? Well, that fish there just pulled up. Look how white he is. It's game on. Game on. I know I got him beat. I just know I got him beat. There's no way he can beat me today.
He come off. Gah! It was a big one, man. Gah! Can't believe that. I mean, that was a big one.
So I fished the bank a little while longer, and I do hook a real big one on the crankbait and have him on for about 4 or 5 seconds, and he just comes off. But later on, when I caught him and realized that he was keeping 12-inch fish, I knew he was in trouble.
It was a bite. Ha ha, ha ha ha. Hammer it. That one's for you, baby. Let's get another one. Get another one. There he is, big one, big one, big one.
he is. Biggin, biggin, biggin. Yes. Get you some of that, Rush. Get you some of the rush on that. Pretty one. Big die, give him some of that. That's what we're looking for right there.
So I figure I'm gonna pull in some pockets and start fishing the shooter jig. And about the second pocket I pull in, I flip it up under a shallow float. One knock slack in my line. I set the hook and I boat flipping this about a 5.5 pounder. And I knew it. I knew he wasn't gonna catch one that big. Cause if he catches one that big, everybody knows about it. Cause he mounts it.
Good gracious, how in the world I missed that fish. He bit that crankbait 3 times. Yeah, how you bite a crankbait and miss it 3 times? My goodness gracious alive. You know, when I'm in the woods or on the water, I'm always feeling the rush because I'm in God's creation, and there's no better place to be out here with all the animals, the fish. See, if you want to feel the rush, go outside and you will feel the rush. There'll be a fish right here around this dock somewhere. I'm probably one of the best fishermen in the world. A lot of people don't know it yet, but you know, hey, if you want a challenge, we'll challenge. That's the best way to find out. So, ultimate caster, ultimate fish lander. Hey, and I love to eat every now and then too. So. He's just a little feller. That might be enough to whoop him, I don't know. Put him on the culling side. Are you catching them, son? Oh man, I got 5. I got 5. Well, I was going to tell you, dude, I'm catching them on a Alabama rig and a jig up, not in the backs, like on the secondary points, going about halfway back. What are you doing? Oh. Well, now you can keep 12 inches if you want to. That's up to you. No, dude, you can keep 12 inches. Hey, dude. I didn't say nothing about that. But hey, I'll talk to you shortly.
Come on, fish.
The weather that day was perfect. I mean, it wasn't too cold. It got cold that night, so I knew the bite wasn't going to be good till later in the day. But those first 4 hours, we just had to deal with what we had. But I knew fish a little bit, you get the bites. But the weather was great, and the water temp was like 53 to 55 degrees. The fish are getting ready to go on the bed, so they're going to be big fish up if you just. But you know, most of the time, that time of year, they're biting better after lunch.
Boy, one jerk, I jerked a damn rod out my hand and let it go. That's why I didn't jerk. I didn't let it go. He tried to jerk the rod out my hand.
The Rush knows I'm his daddy. Daddy knows, and he knows.
That's why he ain't calling. He ain't wanting to meet up yet. He wanting to catch a fish. I bet they won't bite good up in the day.
He knows he's got his work cut out today. If he didn't have all his little scouts down there, he really would be worried. But he thinks he's got the inside, but Daddy knows.
Be him right there. Yeah. That's what you're looking for right there. Get your arm broke.
Between me and the Rush, hey, it's hands down. I'm by far the better fisherman.
We're getting ahead towards the warmer water, so probably gonna be better.
Pulled up to the last spot, tight spot, flip in there, know he's gonna be there. Just knock slack in your line. Set the hook, have him pinned up on the dock.
There he is, big. I don't know what that was. It's a funny feeling.
I should have got a little closer, but I didn't want to spook the fish, so I'll flip in there, and I do get a big one on. It's probably 3-4 pounds.
It's big. What you gonna do? You gotta throw it in there to get him to bite.
Hang him up on the side of the dock, and he comes off, and I'm just like, man, he's dodged some bullets today. But he's good at dodging bullets.
Another big one. Probably 3.5, 4 pounder.
I knew with the big one I had, he was done if I got it, and it just didn't happen. And he needs to change it to bulletproof dye, because he dodges a lot of bullets.
Yep, I got him. I got him real good, folks. Folks, the 4-hour finale is over. I challenged Scott Hamrick today to a fish off, and I think I'm going to beat him here. We're going to weigh these fish up. You ready, Scott? He's not really wanting to face me, but I think I beat him today, folks. I challenged Scott Hamrick to a fish off, and he met me down here this morning, and we done it for 4 hours, and I've got 5, but 2 of mine's only 12 inches, and he says he's not gonna let me weigh them, but we're gonna see what he's got before I throw him back. Hamrick, how many fish did you catch?
Had 5 bites, caught 3, throwed the weenie back, which I didn't know he was keeping weenies. And then lost 2 big ones, one on a jig, one on a crankbait, and got 1 big one.
You want me to weigh mine first?
Yeah, you weigh your 3 first.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what they weigh. He's not gonna let me weigh the 12s, folks. 864. All right, let's see what you got, man.
You gonna come over here and hold this? What?
There's one. Oh, he's got a pretty one. He's got a pretty one. I don't
think I got you.
I don't think it's gonna be enough, though.
It's not gonna be enough.
You know?
But the camera won't lie.
Let's see. Odd hammer. 7-1. Buddy.
Well, missed opportunities cost me today.
Huh? That's a pretty fish. Boy, it's full of eggs too.
Oh God, yeah.
Full of eggs. Pretty fish. You done your best, didn't you, buddy?
Pretty tough day for me.
Well, you lost a couple good fish.
Yeah, that's
and I never did, you know, I had a couple more bites, but they never hooked up.
I think I had 6 bites all morning.
Okay.
I think the best bites is after lunch.
It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you coming on the show.
All right.
Until next time.
Next time.
It just goes to show you, you can't bite off more than you can chew. And that's what my buddy done today. And there'll be another challenge one day. He'll get his second chance. And hey, anytime he wants to go, we'll go. Folks, appreciate y'all watching the Outdoor Rush today. We'll be back next time on the water or in the woods. Appreciate y'all watching.